What's up, YouTube, and Happy New Year. It's Dan from Daft Previews, and I'm back. I've got another 4 player picks for you, and I've got a value play in it, and you're not going to want to miss it. So let's get straight into it, my boy. I like Jarrett Allen over 16.5 points. That's my very first pick. Now, Jarrett Allen, he's only covered this line of 9 of 27 games this season. He's only averaging 14.3 points per game. But I do love this play for a few reasons. The first being the absence of Darius Garland and Evan Mobley. In 7 games without them in the lineup, we've seen Jarrett Allen cover this line in 5 of those 7 games, averaging 19.9 points per game. Without those blokes in the lineup, he's playing 4 more minutes per game. But most importantly, he's seen a 33% increase in his shot attempts. Allen's points line usually sits at 14.5 or lower when the Cavs are at full strength. So we're only seeing a 13% increase in his line. His scoring output when Garland and Mobley are out of the lineup increases by 46%. So I think that this bet offers great value, and I'm pretty confident this line is going to move up. Now, Toronto Raptors, their last game against Detroit, we took Jalen Duren points and rebounds for the very same reason. I'm taking Allen today. They don't defend bigs very well, and Jarrett Allen is in for a big night. Now, Jarrett Allen, he's also our value play of the day. So I'm taking him for 20 points, 12 rebounds, and 3 assists. That pays $8.50 or plus $7.50 for those of you in the US. Rebound-wise, he's averaging 12.4 rebounds per game in this recent stretch without Garland and Mobley. He's had a monster night in his last 3 games, 17 rebounds against Chicago, 23 against Dallas, and then 12 against the Milwaukee Bucks. Jalen Duren, he went off for 18 rebounds against the Raptors in their last matchup, and I'm confident Jarrett Allen can cover 12 without Mobley. Assist-wise, I was surprised just to see the volume of assists that this guy's been making, but the spike's been huge without Garland and Mobley. He's covered this line in 5 of 7 games. He's averaging 4 assists through this span. His last 3 games, very similar to his rebounds, have been spectacular, tallying 7, 6, and 6 assists in those 3 games. Looking at his potential assists, he's averaging 4.2 on the year. Without Mobley and Garland, that increases to 7 potential assists per game. During that 3-game stretch where he went absolutely bonkers and turned into Luka Doncic, he was averaging 10 potential assists per game. So, given we're only asking for 3 assists here, I'm pretty confident that Jarrett Allen can deliver on those. I think the riskiest play out of all these legs would probably be his rebound line. But feel free if you want to leave that out, if you want to be conservative. Out of the 3, it's my least favorite, but I'm going to play them all, baby. Let's go, Jarrett Allen. We're staying in the same game for my next pick. Is Pascal Siakam. I like him 28.5 points and assist. Pascal, he's covered this line in only 13 of 32 games this season, averaging 27 points and assists. Not so impressive when we need 29 points and assists in this game. The good news is he's covered this in his last 4 out of his last 5 games, averaging 33 points and assists in that span. The Toronto Raptors, they just traded OG Anunoby to the Knicks in exchange for Quickly and RJ Barrett, both much younger than Siakam, which says they're looking to the future to build around Scotty Barnes. The Raptors currently exploring trades for Pascal, and what better way to drive up his value than to pump out a great statistical performance only 2 months away from the trade deadline. Now, without Mobley, arguably Cleveland's best defender, Siakam gets a great matchup in this game. So back Siakam to pump these numbers out as he dreams of a brighter future in another team. Now, there are rumors that Atlanta are the favorites to land Pascal Siakam in the next trade, but let me know in the comment section. Where do you think he should go? And where's he going to be traded to? Our third pick in this video is Julius Randle, over 25.5 points. Now, Julius, he's covered this line in 12 of 32 games this season, averaging 23.6 points per game. I do like this bet for a few reasons. Randle's recent form and his performances against the Timberwolves in the past. Now, over his last 10 games, he's covered this line in 6, averaging 27.1 points per game. The lowest total that he's run up on the board is 22 points in that 10-game span. He's consistent in getting his shots up every night. He's averaging almost 20 shots per game. He's capable of some poor shooting nights, though. His last matchup against the Pacers was his lowest shooting percentage over the 10-game stretch, where he shot 41% from the field, but he still finished on 28 points. So dating back to last season, Randle has now played the Wolves 3 times. He recorded 31 and 57 in the 2 games last season. Then he had a lackluster 21 points in his most recent outing against them at the start of this year. In that game, he shot the ball 17 times. That's lower than his average. and he connected on only 37% of them, which is also lower than his average. The Knicks are starting to make some moves. Julius Randle could be the next piece on the trading block if rumors are true. So there's no better time than the present to show your worth. So I'm expecting Julius Randle to shoot better than 40% in this game and put up close to 20 shots to cover this long. Let's go, Julius. Get those shots up, baby. Let's eat. Before we jump into my last pick, though, I do want to give a shout out to Not Sure 1135 for his comment in the last video. He said, fuck Jalen Williams, and that was enough for me. Look, I completely agree. He can be frustrating to bet sometimes. He can get quite passive in offense, and other times he just takes terrible shots. At the end of the day, he came in clutch for us today, and he cashed the most recent bet where he took his PRAs. So, yeah, fuck Jalen Williams, but thank you for today. Look, I spend 2 to 3 hours researching these picks, putting these videos up every single day, fighting with my wife to give you some more time to do this. But look, if you do appreciate the hard work, like, subscribe. If you're new, drop a comment, and then just please watch to the end. YouTube loves watch time. So the longer you guys watch this video, the more likely YouTube is to push this out to more people. Let's get it. Now, for our last pick, we're staying in New York for this one. I like Rudy Gober over 13.5 points. Now, Rudy's covered this line of 15 of 31 games this year on his way to averaging 12.9 points per game. His last 5 games, though, much more arousing, I must say, covering in 3 of those games, averaging 15.8 points per game. He's up against the New York Knicks without Mitchell Robinson in this one. But regardless if Robinson was there or not, I would still take this play. I want you to get the hand cream and tissues out for this stat, boys, because if you weren't aroused already, this is definitely going to get you up. Rudy Gober has covered his points line against the New York Knicks in 11 consecutive games, dating back to 2017, which is freakish. Now, whilst you clean up after yourself, I'll drop a few other stats which support this play. So this season, with Mitchell Robinson in the lineup, the Knicks allow the least points to centers in the league. But over their last 7 games, they've allowed the 7th most points to centers in the league. We've seen Miles Turner torch him for 28 points, Goga Batadze for 13, Chet got 22, Anthony Davis lit him up for 32, Zubac covered his line and hit 13, and Nurkic punished his line, finishing on 21. So all of these guys I've listed, they've covered their line against the Knicks over the past 2 weeks, and I'm confident that Gobert can extend this streak of 14-plus points or more to 12 games. Let's go, Rudy. If you guys are still cleaning up to yourself, don't worry, I got more for you. Let's jump into a recap of the day that was. I shared 3 picks in the last video. I was slightly intoxicated. It was New Year's Eve after all. So, but look, we still delivered. Profitable day, 1.66 units up. We had Chet Holmgren over 18.5 points. My key call out there was that he was going to shoot a better field goal percentage today, and that's all we needed to hit. Well, he shot 70% from the field today, but the motherfucker only took 10 shots. So we finished on the hook. He went to the line. He had 17 points, went to the free throw line. He needed a knockdown 2 to cash his bet, and he split them. He went 1 from 2, and they eventually blew them out in the last quarter. So tough loss there on Chet. But we did have Jalen Williams. We had him over 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He cashed that on for us today. It was all over the joint. He had a great scoring output, I think, start of the 4th quarter or end of the 3rd. But ultimately got there. His assist numbers were great too. And our last pick was Franz Wagner, over 5.5 rebounds. I spoke about him using his height. He was matched up with, what's his name? Grayson Allen for a large portion of the game. Late in the game, he matched up with Kevin Durant. I started to get a bit worried, but nevertheless, I think he finished with 7 rebounds in this game. So Franz delivered, so 1.66 units up. I've just put some screenshots on of the tracker that I use, so I found that's a good way to save a bit of time. You can see there on player props, 149 bets with 184 of them. So we're up 16.4 units on player props. In terms of the value plays, we're up 46 units ahead. Same game multis, we're only 4 from 13. We're only 8.8 units up on those. I found all the same game multis I've shared on the YouTube channel have been around $2 odds. So which have been pretty shit. I find if you're going to chase the same game multi, you might as well aim between $5 and $10 and make it worthwhile. I've been doing so over the last 7 days, sharing those in the Discord. I think I'm up 20 units in the last 6 days on same game multis alone. So if that tickles your fancy, feel free to jump to the Discord. The link's in the description box. It's completely free. in that Discord, I share every single bet that I'm on. I share the YouTube ones, other singles that I add, any same game parlays, any value plays. I put everything in there, and it's up to you whether you choose to follow. I'm not a professional. I do this for fun. So yeah, that'll be it. You can jump in there if you want to see more. Look, if you did make it to this point in the video, I do appreciate you. Thanks to those people who always comment, who always like the video. It means a lot. We are growing. I want to get this one to 1,000 views, hopefully. So let's get this thing pumping. I hope you guys have a wonderful 2024 on the betting scene, but your personal life and your health, family, all that type of shit. Let's make it happen. But I'll see you in the next one. Here's that outro song.
Sub to the channel cause your boy's getting busy. Coming to your line from the west side of Sydney. We've got the free picks and the juice and the daily. It's all free, you don't even have to pay me.